All right, well, I've got the experiment set up. I have the transformer wired in. I've got the track power coming up to this rectifier, going to this volt regulator, going into my smoke, about 8.5 volts. So we're getting smoke at idle. This is operational through the track as well. And the puffer, it gives you an idle and then a puff. Okay, so I'm going to push the button as if we're exhausting smoke. Puff. So what you're getting is a chuff, chuff, chuff. If you're pulling out, speeding up, pulling out, chuff, 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 chuff. You're going faster and faster, and you're cooling off the fan, but my smart smoke is staying ahead of you. It's raising the voltage. 5.2 volts and chop 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 chop. Okay, slow it down. Chop chop. Idly chop chop. Smoke's heating up. Voltage goes down. Pulling into the yard. Chop 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 chop. All right, now we're at stationary. Idle drops down below 5 volts. Still nice smoke. Little trickle. We're smoking. Got to move up a few feet. Shoo, 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 shoo. Okay, I'm happy with it. I don't know. I cut one fan down about 50%. Okay, I just whacked it. Okay, I just whacked it down 50% of the blade, just like I showed you in the diagram. I made the blade look like a ice cream cone upside down. So it's seriously reduced. And look at this, at idle, we still have air pressure. I know Andy felt the design of the smoke housing was absolutely great, and we were getting lots of flow with the fan that we had. Pretty clear, we're blowing it out. But what we could not get was a slow speed idle. You see that? Which I wanted. I wanted that trickle, plus it helps keeps us cool. We're pulling the volts down, and when you're ready for it, look, watch the volts climb up. Is that something else? And then as it gets hotter, the volts drop. The smart smoke is working like a champ. I can't tell you how well it's working. It's 4.9 to 5 point something. It's not a big jump, but it's a help. You know that. You can get more out of it, more spread. But look, the smoke. If you're going full speed, you know you're going to be pleased to have that thing going around. And when you're slowing down, you're still going to see the smoke. And what happens, the velocity slows down because you don't have the push behind it. But as you start speeding up, that velocity is maintained like a momentum. Oh yeah, I think we're golden. And now all I need to do is come up with this trigger on here, either the infrared, which I don't know why I'm losing faith in infrared. There's so much goofing around I have to do with that board, but this one has a magnet on it. I'm gonna try the magnet one more time. Then I also have a limit switch. I can't find my bracket. I made a bracket that bolts here and holds a limit switch. I can't find the damn thing, so I may have to make a new one. I don't know, or see if I save the print somehow. I'll print a new one. If I can get this trigger to work with a limit switch, then I think we've got it made in the shade. All of this goes into a harness, and I'll need the 4 wires in. Oh, actually, the switch, 3 wires in, because the switch and the fan share the share ground. And so you need one common ground, and then one for the fan, one for the switch, coming back to the board, and then that board getting power. In this case, he wants AC, which I can pull it off. I can pull it off of here, give him track, I guess. And I think that's it. So yeah, okay, 3 wires. So, well, 3 for that, 2 for that, and 2 for that. 2, 4, 7 wires to the engine, and then the headlights on top of that. So, oh, and the firebox, that's on top of that. I'll probably be pulling that off the motor or off of here. They're LEDs, right? So they're very low power. That ought to do it. That's what we have left, and I don't know what time it is. I don't have my watch on today, but I'm happy as a clam. Happy as a clam. See, down to 4.7. It's getting hotter. One chuff. Yeah, 1 chuff. 2 chuffs. 3, 4. Chuff, 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 my finger's so uncoordinated, I keep missing the damn button. It's so bad. There you go. And I love the trickle. I just think that's the way to go. I think that's perfect. Not when you see smoke coming out the sides of this seam, that kind of tells you you might be overheating this thing or over pressurizing it. Well, everybody's a little warm today, so I may have too much power going on. Let me see if I can turn this down. I did crank it up a bunch, not a bunch, but some. Let's see. Let's turn it down until it turns down. That'll help us a lot. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. Holy cow. It just dropped a tiny bit. Now it's dropping. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. Now let's see if we still have enough heat. Oh, I got a bubble in there. I don't know what that is. What's going on here? I don't have a bubble breaker. There we go. Oh yeah, it still comes up hot. Yeah, that's got plenty of heat, plenty of smoke. I jerked it too hard. I pulled the wire out of my little test block. These things are great, but they're not real rugged for being manhandled. Alright, so at max power we only get that amount. So that says you may want to crank that up a little bit. Well, I've turned this power down and dropped that, so maybe I can turn this back up just a little bit, see what it, give it a little more max power. I can't do it very well with one hand. That's my problem. I gotta figure out which way I want to go here. Yeah, I went the wrong way. Yeah, I went the wrong way. Let's go back around. Come back around. Yeah, he's cooler. I can see that. Should be getting a little hotter. Alright, well, I'll play with it, dink it around, give it a little more juice here and there. You never know. It may come around. It may work out. Yeah. Yeah, I'll play with it. You guys take care. I feel good. I think we've got a setup now. Just got to work on the trigger. We've got the puff going. Every time it gets a puff, it gets a pulse. Oh, maybe the pulse for the puff, the pulse is a little slow. Maybe if it had a little more pulse. I think there's something in there I can diddle with. I'll talk to Carl. Okay. Okay, gang. That's good enough. Smoking you out. Smoking me out. You get in trouble. All right. So, smoke's figured out. And the sound is figured out 2 ways, maybe 3 ways. I'll figure one out and put it in place, and we'll get it. We'll just get her done. All right. Later.